last year in 2012, a workshop, a mini-series of workshop. He's not a stranger to most of you here, except maybe a few newcomers. But he is a French-Canadian boy that moved to the United States to San Mateo a few years back. He is very successful. He has done a lot of reading since he was very young at his age. All he does is read about novels, read about business, whatever. But however, his passion was to be an entrepreneur and a successful businessman, and he was, since he was at age 14, since he was really helping his parents with their business as well. But he did not stop at that. He called himself, and actually he was given that title, that he was the prophet doctor, because he really goes to businesses and he helps them, and he finds out exactly what their weakness is. He helps them, but he always said, and always had a lot of discussions with him. Well, he said, now when I go to these places and I can help them, I can tell them exactly what to do. The minute I turn my back and I leave, it goes back to square one. That is because the person is not changing their mindset to be successful. And he shares a lot of that, but he shares a lot with us. Each one of us individually, whoever had a one-on-one with Marco can, I'm pretty sure, testify to that, that whatever experiences he has, he shares it with us. And he doesn't hold anything back. He's like an open book with all of us here, which is very, very good. And that's why I wanted him to come at the beginning of the year and share with us how to have the right mindset to be successful in our life and our business, because we want to make sure that we move forward and we take our business to the next step. He has a group that he will launch very soon. I'm pretty sure he'll probably touch on that at the end of his conversation. But please, all of you, give a very warm welcome to Marco Roberts.
Thank you so much, Madeline. What a presentation, eh? What an introduction. Guys, you know, I like to write a lot when I make presentations. If you don't mind, I'll try without the mic. You tell me honestly if my voice is strong enough, okay? So how does it feel? Can you guys hear me in the back?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because like I said, I like to write, and so the mic is kind of, you know, I really don't like to use the mic. So Madeline kind of gave you a good introduction of who I am. A lot of you know me. My name is Marco Robert. The accent is French-Canadian. I grew up in Canada. I grew up in a business. My parents owned businesses when I was a kid. And Madeline said I've been in business since I was 14. The truth is, when I was 12 years old, I was a restaurant manager. My parents actually opened up a second restaurant when I was 12, and that summer they made me restaurant manager. My job was to count the money at the end of each shift, prepare the bank deposits. I had to count the inventory and schedule the employees. I was 12 years old. So it was an amazing, amazing experience. Actually, I can look back in my life and I can trace pretty much who I am to that summer, the summer of 1982, because it changed my life completely. You know, imagine I'm a boy, I'm 12 years old, and I have a bunch of 15, 16, 18-year-old girls working for me. Right? So it was awesome. So at that moment, I made a decision in my life I was going to be an entrepreneur, because I saw that somehow I felt like by being an entrepreneur, I could have all the liberties and the freedom that I wanted to have in my life. So, so after college, I started to work for a business. I went to college, I studied business. So after college, I was managing a hotel in Montreal, Canada. And one thing dawned on me, you know, now I'm 22 years old. For 10 years, all I thought of was to become an entrepreneur. I wanted to be a successful person. And to me, I need to be an entrepreneur. Now I'm working for this guy, his name is Mr. Yip. He's from Montreal, so I'm not gonna, he doesn't know that. But to me, I'm meeting with him every day. He's the owner of the hotel, but he's really not successful. You know, like his health is not where I think the guy should be. His relationships are in shambles. He doesn't have any money. His business is really not doing as well as he hoped for. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And then at the age of 22, it dawned on me that a majority of business people will never be successful. A majority of business people will never be successful. Now for 10 years, all I thought of was to be a business guy, and now I'm like, whoa, I'm not gonna be successful. So I realized that about 80% of business owners out there don't meet my requirements for success. Only about 20% of them are what we can say successful. Funny enough, there's a rule about that, right? Have you guys heard about this rule? What's it called?
The Pareto principle.
80-20 rule, right? The Pareto principle. So I said, what is it that these 20% of people, what is it that they do that differentiate them from everybody else? So I started to go like crazy. I wanted to figure this out. I read a lot of books. Madeline said I love to read. Until that point in my life, I had read probably 3 books. And that's going through college. To me, to write seriously, this is not a joke, to write a report for me, when I had to write a report, I would read the first couple of chapters and I would get bored. I would go see one of my friends and say, so how was it, man? And that's how I would finish my report, right? So, but now I find myself cornered. I want to be an entrepreneur, but I cannot see how I can become an entrepreneur. So I started to read books like crazy. I read one book after another after another. Well, eventually, I don't know if I was 25, 26, eventually I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured out the secret to business success. One word. It's one word. You guys want to know what it is?
Work.
Work. What it is?
Mindset.
Mindset.
Attitude.
Attitude. You know, honestly, at the time, keep that thought. At the time, I realized that it's systems. If you're a business owner and you invest a lot of time in building the foundation of your business, if you build the systems, the processes, the trainings, if you invest a lot of time in the foundation of your business, you're going to be successful. The people who are here, the 80%, they're looking for immediate reward. They're not looking to actually invest in the foundation of their business. So, at first it was a theory. I started to test my theory, right? I was managing this hotel. I started, every time I saw any redundancy anywhere, I would create a system. I would train someone. I would delegate the process to somebody else. By the way you used to create systems, I think I came up with it. I don't know, maybe I read it somewhere. 3 things, excuse me. Number 1, you try to eliminate any redundancy that you can find. Number 2, whatever is left, you automate. You automate the processes. And number 3, you delegate. That way you can find yourself just working on the business and not working in the business. These 3 things changed my life. I was managing this hotel during a recession in Montreal. There was a crisis, and we scored better than any hotel in Montreal. So I parlayed this into managing a restaurant in my hometown in Quebec. And the business had been going down for about 4 or 5 years. I took over the business. Within a year, we turned it around completely, just by systemizing. So I decided, well, now it's time for me to open my own business. So I went out and I opened my own business. And I was very successful in my own businesses as well. So much so that at the age of 30, I was sitting on the beach in Mexico, and I had enough money coming to me each month. I really didn't have to work. That's until the stock market crashed. But that's a true story. The reason why I'm telling you this is not to impress you guys, but just to impress upon you that this is who I am and this is all doable. But really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to qualify myself. Because the talk that I'm going to give you today is a business talk. It's not going to sound like a business talk, but it is a business talk. I'm going to be talking about resolutions. I don't believe in resolutions. I don't believe in resolutions because they just don't work. Who here actually had resolutions last year that they can honestly say to me right now that all their resolutions last year have actually happened? Nobody. Now let me ask you another question. Honestly, who has made resolutions this year? Come on, guys. Anybody who was here 2 weeks ago, we made resolutions right here. Who made resolutions this year? All right, all right. Stan, can you be honest with me? Can you tell me what your resolution is for the year?
Well, absolutely. I've kept mine very, very simple. I'm going to do away with donuts and coffee at 10 o'clock every morning. So far, so good.
Okay. Now let me ask you a question, Stan. Why is it that you want to get rid of coffee?
Health reasons.
Okay. So why do you want to improve your health?
To live a better life.
And so why do you want to live a better life?
To be happy.
Okay, that's good. Who else has a resolution? Rosie, what's your resolution?
To stay singularly focused on the phone and avoid multitasking.
Avoid multitasking. Awesome, I love that. Why do you want to do that?
I believe I'll have better quality interactions with my clients if I stay focused, better results with my team, with my colleagues, like that.
That's a good reason. Now, why would you want that?
Well, I think of myself as aspiring to live a life of excellence, and I think dividing up my attention doesn't meet my high standards.
Okay. So you'd like to have higher standards in life?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because it feels good to live a life of integrity and excellence.
Okay, so why do you want to feel good?
I'm hooked on it.
You worked on it. Thank you. Anybody else here? Who else? Who else have a resolution?
Nancy.
Nancy? Anybody?
I can
Okay,
say.
go ahead, Julie, what's your resolution?
Yeah, so I'm a chronically late person. I've been late from everything, from plane flights to doctor appointments to everything. So my resolution was not to be late.
Okay, not to be late.
Yes.
Now,
I've broken it already.
okay, that's awesome. Love that. Now let me ask you a question, Julie. I mean, a lot of people are late, they don't care about being late,
Yes.
right? I'm with you, it annoys the crap out of me. However, why do you not want to be late? What's the reason for you?
Because I think it annoys the other person waiting at the other end.
Yeah?
And it also stresses me out. You know, I'm driving at the last minute and I'm trying to go at 82, watching for a cop, and it's just very, very stressful.
So what's wrong about stress? Why don't you want stress in your life?
We want peace, it seems. I feel stress, disturbs my mind, and I do less. I could do more maybe with my time and energy than just get stressed.
Okay, that sounds good, but why do you want to do more?
Why do I want to do more? I want to live a life that's enriched. I want to utilize my time well, not get distressed over things.
Okay.
Peace, happiness, quietness.
Why is that? How is that going to make you feel?
Because everybody has their thing. It's a better quality of life.
No, but I mean, if you live a life of better quality, more enriched, how is that going to make you feel?
Make me feel better.
Better? Okay, good, thank you.
Happier.
Happier, good, thank you. You guys see a pattern?
Happy.
Happy, 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 feel good, happy. I could go to every single one of you and ask you, why is it that you want to lose weight? Why is it you want a new car? Why is it you want to start a new business? I want to be happier, right? Well, let me share a secret with you guys. Nothing out there will give you happiness. Nothing. It doesn't exist. That new car, that new cool, whatever, it's not going to give you happiness. Better health is not going to give you happiness. Do you know a lot of people? Do you know people who are very healthy that are not happy? Yeah. Do we know people who are always on time who are not happy?
Lots of them.
Lots of them. Nothing out there is going to give you happiness. However, I'll share a secret with you. And by the way, okay, I want to make an agreement with you guys here. 2 weeks ago, somebody flew me to St. Louis, Missouri. Missouri. That's all I said. St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know. Maybe I probably won't say it right with my French accent. But. So I flew to St. Louis because this guy wanted to, before he hired me, he wanted to spend time with me. He wanted to know for sure. He called it. He says, Marco, if I buy a Bentley, I like to test drive it before. So, I thought he made a lot of sense. I said, okay, you know what? I'll do that. Normally I don't do that. Normally you have to, hire me before I fly to St. Louis. But that was a big mistake. That was a big mistake for me, and that was a big mistake for him. We both lost a day, a full day. You know why? Because I went there and he said, Marco, it's very easy. I mean, I read on you, I heard about you, just impress me, man, and we'll work together for 6 months. I said, well, okay. I mean, I thought, well, I have so many different systems. What are you trying to do? Well, we're trying to grow sales. So I took out of my pocket a system that I built many, many years ago. That system, honestly, this year alone, has created over $2.5 million for my clients. This year alone. At one time, using that system, I tripled the size of a business in less than a year. Okay. I mean, that by itself is pretty impressive, right? He was not impressed. He was not impressed. Why was he not impressed? First of all, because he doesn't know the intricacies of how the implementation is going to happen, number one. But number two, because he didn't pay for it. He didn't want to change. He wanted me to prove to him that he was smart. That's what he wanted to know. He wanted me to go there and prove to him that he was smart. He wanted to know that he was smart. And I left there and he felt really smart. But is his business going to change? Absolutely not. His business has been flat for about 2 years and it's going to be flat this year as well. So was that a service or a disservice to him, you think? It was a disservice, right? Why? Because I didn't charge him. I should have said, you know what, I'll charge you $2,000 for that day. Whatever, I should have charged him something. So I'm going to do something here. What I'm going to tell you here today is going to change your life. I swear it will. If you apply it in your business, if you apply it in your life, if you apply it in your relationship, if you apply it to your health. It will change your life. And I'm not going to give it to you. Because if I give it to you, it will not change your life. I'm going to sell it to you. So I want every single one of you here, and this is a prerequisite to stay in this room when I talk. I want every single one of you here to make a commitment to yourself that if what you learned here today, and you apply it, changes your life, you're going to write me a check for $1,000 this year. Now, if it changes your life, you feel just a little bit better and you feel 1,000 is too much, write me a check for $50. I don't care. Okay? 1,000 is a figure. Because I know what I'm going to share with you right now is worth way more than $1,000 for every single one of you. Way more. So can you guys just say that you agree? Can you all raise your hand and you say you agree? I want to make sure everybody agrees. Mark, you agree? Thank you. Okay, so the point here is very simple, okay? The point is, and this is not a commitment between me and you, it's a commitment between you and yourself. It's a commitment to say, you know what, if I get something of value, I'm willing to pay for it. In life, nothing is free. And the people who actually go through life thinking that stuff is free are never successful, I swear. I spent the last 20 years studying business people that are successful. If you think life is a free gift, you're never going to be successful. Because you're not going to work hard enough for it. So now let me go back to this. So we all agree that it's about happiness, right? So it's all about happiness. So I'm going to give you a 3-step process today that will show you how to change that. The first thing I want to show you is I want to demonstrate to you how it's easy to change your state of mind like this. So I need 2 volunteers, 2 happy-go-lucky volunteers. Please. You know what's funny? You know what I was thinking about you when I was thinking about this thing. So I love that. Please sit here. Please stay here, right here. Okay, that's good. One on either side. Okay. So I want you guys to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Okay, Rosie, I want you to feel like you're very happy right now. Okay? I want you to start thinking like this is an amazing moment in your life right now. You feel the expectancy of a beautiful thing happening. Okay? Just stay there. Joanne, this is going to be hard because she's a very happy person. Joanne, I want you to start thinking of a very depressing moment in your life. I want you to start thinking of something that puts you down, that you really don't feel good about. Okay? Now, both of you guys, okay? Imagine here that right in here, you guys see it, they don't see it because their eyes are closed. I have a big dial, a big volume button. Okay, so I'm going to turn it. I'm going to turn it, and when I turn it, right now it's at 1. When I turn it to 2, I want you, Joanne, to feel more pain, and I want you, Rosie, to feel more pleasure, okay? So now let's go to number 2. You feel it? Just feel it. Feel it. All right, just let it flow inside of your body. Let it go into your veins, let it go into your legs, into your limbs. Now let's go to number 4. Feel the intensity of the emotion. I want you guys to feel the intensity of the emotion. If you're happy, you feel happier. If you're sad, you feel sadder. Now I want to go to number 6. Now feel the intensity. Feel that intensity. I want you to feel the intensity of the emotion. Maybe now you start to move differently. Maybe now you start to breathe differently. Now let's go to number 7. I want you to go to number 7. Go to number 7. Feel the intensity. Honestly, guys, feel it. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Now, when I say go, I want you guys to go to number 10. Now, number 10 is crazy. Hold on, but number 10 is crazy. 1, 2, 3, go! 10, 10, 10. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Okay, snap out of it, snap out of it. Snap out of it. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is, you see guys, here's the point of the demonstration, okay? Here's the point of the demonstration. Do you see it now? Did the circumstance in her life change right now? She's a very happy person, she's always happy. Did the circumstance in her life change at all? No. Is she healthier than she was 5 seconds ago? Is she sicker than she was 5 seconds ago? What about her? Is she better? Did she win the $1 million or anything like that? Nothing happened different. Her life is the same. Now let me ask you a question, okay? What were you thinking about?
I was totally into it, except I was distracted by my compassion for Joanne.
Okay. You know